Hey tubes, Jonathan's wrong here. Truth on a budget. Going through a bit of a heat wave. Something just real quick because I called it forever ago. Mine had talked about it already. You know me. I don't keep track of what I've talked about. Sorry, but the whole feminist thing finally shot itself in the foot. They finally realized that subjugating all men and turning them into a bunch of useless weenies that need to be told what to do anything didn't work out in their favor. A lot of these women, they become women. They actually grow up and they realize that they want a man. They need someone who can take care of business. And oopsie daisy, they can't find one because all the men, anything masculine is toxic. You can't be any form of masculine. You can't be proud of yourself or good at anything or know how to do stuff. Tell people anything. You're not allowed to do any of that. So we're at this point now. It's the was it the loser man epidemic? Because it was like, oh, first it was, men are lonely, and then it's like, well, it's their own fault for being losers, and well, you reap what you sow. If playing sports and being muscular and dirty is ugly, if having a strong personality and a strong will is unappealing, then they won't do it. I've been saying this for years. Unfortunately, women are the cornerstone of civilization. You need a strong woman for a strong man because we need something to work for. If you're not worth working for, we're not going to work. And that's actually what's happened. It's all, I mean, it's a snake eating its own tail. But women aren't worthwhile also because men can't do man stuff and women can't do women stuff. What are we coming home to? A bang roommate, someone who doesn't know how to do any of the domestic stuff, and some people are offended by that. It's like, oh, women got to do domestic stuff? Yeah, because we got to do the pain in the ass stuff that takes muscle and thick skin and being able to do something for 18 hours straight, etc. You need us for that stuff, okay? And you're coming to terms with it now that we might live in the future, but you don't have robots yet to do work for you. You still need men to do the ugly stuff. We need you to do the pretty stuff. It's we need a reason to do it, and you need us to do stuff. And the sad fact is that men, might be lonely, but we can also exist without women. When you get a bunch of women together, no offense, but it's a bit of a clown show. There's plenty of things I've seen like, oh, they think if they get enough of them together and they're positive enough, they'll be able to do something they don't know how to do. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. But anyway, it's just kind of funny now because all these women are now like, oh, all the men are crappy and useless and little boys who just want to sit around and play video games. It's like, this is what you wanted. you asked for this. You don't want manly men who do manly men crap. What other options are there? Other than a bunch of femboys, like you reap what you sow. You planted the seeds, and now you're bringing in your vegetables, and they all suck. They're all little and useless and don't contain nutrients. But anyway, just think it's infinitely funny. Of course, it's never it's never their fault. But yeah, I don't know. I've been, I'm pretty sure I've probably already talked about this, but now we're having women being like, oh, there aren't any quality men. It's like, well, there aren't any quality women. I'm not saying all, obviously, but the majority of average women only care about themselves, how they look, Even when women are making these videos about there's no useless men, they're doing their beauty routine. Men are so crappy. Me, 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 me. You know, they want everyone to adore them, but not act like it, because that'd be weird. You know, they want all attention on them, but you know, don't look at them. It's, you know, it's like they don't see that they're the problem and they're not worth fighting for, because they're so self-absorbed. They think that they're so awesome they can't see the forest from the trees. Once again, generalization. Because the fact is, a lot of men are, you know, useless, you know, limp dick losers. I see it every time you go out. You see, you know, men with tits who like don't know how to do anything, you know, completely useless. You know, they see a bug and they scream, you know, sad state of affairs. But ladies, this is what you wanted. This is what you've been working towards. So, good job. God bless all y'all. Have a beautiful day.